So although it is sunny out, it is kind of cold. It was -17 Celsius this morning here. It's a little warmer now. I'm in a hoodie and don't have gloves on and not dying. But we're gonna start siding this tiny little house I've been living in. Try to make it look a little better. Because I'm tired of looking at the lovely vapor barrier sheathing siding. It's ugly. Let's see what we can do. It's cold out. I ended up having to put another hoodie on, so I'm double hoodied up. And I had a baseball hat on, but my ears started getting cold. My hands have gotten over the cold phase at least, and I can work out here barehanded now. You gotta love how that happens. You freeze your butt off your fingers for the first half hour, and then they're good. So I got some strapping started. Got a little more to do, and then I'll start throwing some boards on this thing. Hopefully it'll look a little better in a few hours. Got a few boards up. It's looking a little better. Losing a bit of sun, which really isn't nice. Gets colder. I don't know how much more 1x4 I have, at least nice 1x4 to trim out around the windows. I'm hoping I have enough to trim out around that window and at least get this wall mostly done today. So let's keep chugging along. At least lumber for me is essentially free because we milled all that 1x10 that's going on the wall yesterday, and the strapping as well. So it's a good thing I have a lot of pine logs lying around, and the sawmill sure comes in handy. So I ran out of lumber, so I had to come over to my lumber yard, the sawmill. Unfortunately, it's at my old property, which is about 10 kilometers away. I still have to get it moved over. My ex has been nice enough to let me leave it here for the time being. The main thing, moving it's not too bad. It's moving all these logs behind me, which are a pain, and that's only part of them. Hopefully I'll get that moved here in the very, very near future, because I would really like this sawmill at my place. It's so handy. So here's some of the logs. These piles are not small. They're all, those big ones at the bottom, they're all about 24-inch logs. They're all pine. All peeled, so they're nice and easy to work with, not full of worms is the main thing. These are the big guys. These are closer to 30 inches, some of them. I can't move them easily with my truck, so I gotta hire a log truck. More logs over there. And another good-sized pile of them over here. And some real big ones in there. And they're all buried in snow. So that's my project. Let's cut some lumber for finish up siding. Nice The nice thing about having a sawmill is I can cut lumber to whatever size I need. Like I was cutting just now 2 by 4 3/8. Sure can't find that at the lumber store. I mean, you can buy 2 by 6s and rip them to 4 3/8, but they're still only gonna be 1.5 inches thick. Will they shrink a little bit? Yeah, but who cares? It's just outside for my tiny house. You won't see it anyway. And the wood was fairly dry. These logs behind me I peeled 2 years ago, so they've been sitting drying in the sun. And I don't think they'll shrink too much. The one thing you forget about the sawmill is how much sawdust it makes. This is not a snowbank behind it, and it's easily 5 feet high. It's 90% or more sawdust. Frozen sawdust now, so I'll have to clean out this little bit from today so it doesn't freeze up into a solid block, and we can use this sucker later on this week. So in about half hour and a not very big log, that's the lumber we got. We got 2 1x10s, 5 2 by 4 3/8, bunch of strapping, a couple battens, and onto the, let's go put it on the house. Cold out, it's windy. I'm gonna call this a day. I think it's down to -15 again now. I'm cold, time to go warm up. It is snowy and windy. I just spent the last couple hours at the sawmill getting some more lumber made up. And we're gonna try to continue working on the siding a little bit of the tiny house. You can see a little bit there in the background. I wish the snow would let up. We're gonna try to get that wall more or less done here today if the snow hopefully isn't so crazy, because this isn't fun working in this. Okay, this is getting crazy. I gotta call it. It's just too darn snowy. It's impossible to work in this stuff. I got, I think, 4 boards up, so I'll call that a win. So another day. It started out really cold, -30, but it was sunny, so I did get out here. I got this wall finished off, all the boards and the battens up. Got window trimmed out, finished this window, got most of the battens on, and then we'll move over to here later on this week. So we're getting there. That's all my rough cut lumber. I gotta put a corner piece on here to make that look all pretty. So, a little bit at a time.